Capricorn, 8 directions that bring lightness without losing results. There is a quiet revolution happening inside every Capricorn who has reached a certain age, a certain level of wisdom, a certain depth of experience. It is the realization that you do not have to carry the world on your shoulders in order to prove you deserve a place in it. For decades, you have equated effort with suffering. You believed that if something came easily, it was not real. That if you were not grinding, you were not growing. That rest was something you would earn later, always later, when the work was finally done. But here is the truth that life has been trying to whisper to you for years. The work is never done. And if you wait until everything is finished before you allow yourself to feel light, you will wait forever. So today, we are going to explore 8 specific directions that can bring genuine lightness into your life without costing you a single result. These are not shortcuts. They are not compromises. They are upgrades, and every one of them is designed for the way a Capricorn actually thinks and operates. Direction 1. The first direction is learning to trust the momentum you have already built. Capricorn has a tendency to act as though every day is day one. You wake up and immediately shift into proving mode, as if nothing you accomplished yesterday carries forward. As if the foundation you spent years building could somehow vanish overnight. And because of that belief, you push harder than necessary. You overwork. You over-prepare. You carry urgency into situations that do not require urgency, simply because slowing down feels dangerous. But here is what you need to understand, truly understand at a cellular level. You have already built something. The discipline you demonstrated over years and decades has created a kind of momentum that does not simply evaporate because you took a breath. The reputation you have earned does not disappear because you decided to rest on a quiet afternoon. The skills you develop do not vanish because you chose to spend a day doing nothing productive. You have been building for so long that the structure holds itself now. And the sooner you recognize that, the sooner you can stop white-knuckling every single day as though it is a test you might fail. You have passed the test. You passed it a long time ago. What remains now is not about proving anything. It is about living inside what you have already created. When you stop treating momentum as something fragile and start treating it as something earned, something stable, something yours, that is when the lightness begins. Not because the responsibilities disappear, but because you finally stop acting like you are the only thing holding everything together. You are important, yes, but the machine runs now, and you can breathe inside of it without fear that it will break. Trust what you have built, Capricorn. It is stronger than you think. And so are you. Direction 2. The second direction is releasing the need to control every outcome. This one is going to be uncomfortable because control is your security blanket. It is the thing that helps you sleep at night, the thing that keeps anxiety at bay, the thing that makes the chaos of life feel manageable. When you control the details, when you plan every contingency, when you map out every possible scenario and prepare for each one, you feel safe. And there is nothing wrong with preparedness. But there is a line between being prepared and being imprisoned by your own need to manage everything. And Capricorn crosses that line more often than you would like to admit. The truth is that most outcomes in life are influenced by your efforts, but not determined by them. There are forces at play that no amount of planning can account for. Timing, other people's choices, circumstances that emerge from places you could never have anticipated. And when you try to control all of those variables, you do not actually gain control. You gain exhaustion. You gain tension in your shoulders and sleepless nights and a constant low-grade anxiety that hums beneath the surface of everything you do. Lightness comes when you learn to do your part and then release the rest. When you prepare thoroughly, execute with excellence, and then allow the outcome to unfold without gripping it so tightly that your hands ache. This does not mean you become passive. This does not mean you stop caring about results. It means you stop torturing yourself over the parts you cannot dictate. You plant the seed, you water the soil, you protect it from what you can. And then you let it grow. The harvest will come. It always does for Capricorn, because your work ethic is unmatched. But the harvest does not need you standing over it every second, anxious and watchful and afraid. Let it grow. Let it breathe. Let yourself breathe alongside it. Direction 3. The third direction is allowing yourself to receive without immediately calculating what you owe in return. Capricorn operates on an internal ledger. Everything has a cost. Every kindness must be repaid. Every gift comes with an invisible debt that you quietly track and vow to settle as soon as possible. And while this sense of reciprocity is admirable in many ways, it is also exhausting, because it means you can never fully enjoy anything anyone gives you. You cannot sit inside a compliment without wondering what the person wants. You cannot accept help without immediately planning how you will return the favor. You cannot receive love without feeling like you need to earn it back twofold. That ledger runs constantly in the background of your mind, turning every beautiful moment into a transaction. But here is a radical thought for you to consider. What if some things are simply given? What if the universe or life or the people around you occasionally offer something not because they expect repayment but because you deserve it? What if the kindness someone showed you yesterday was not a debt, but a gift? And what if your only job, your only responsibility in that moment, was to say thank you and let it land? Receiving gracefully is one of the hardest things a Capricorn will ever learn. But it is also one of the most liberating. When you stop calculating and start accepting, something shifts inside your chest. A tightness loosens. A weight you did not even know you were carrying falls away. And you discover that receiving does not make you weak or indebted. It makes you human. And it makes life infinitely lighter. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Direction 4. The fourth direction is giving yourself permission to enjoy the process, not just the outcome. Capricorn is a destination thinker. You have your eyes fixed on the summit, and everything between here and there is simply the price of admission. The journey itself is not the point for you. The arrival is the point, and because of that orientation you miss things. Beautiful things. Meaningful things. You miss the satisfaction of a quiet morning spent working on something you care about, because you are too focused on finishing it. You miss the joy of a conversation that meanders without purpose, because you are calculating whether it is productive. You miss the pleasure of a sunset, a meal, a walk, a moment of laughter, because your mind is already 3 steps ahead, planning the next move. But life, Capricorn, is not waiting for you at the summit. Life is happening right now, in the messy, imperfect, unfinished middle of things. And if you cannot find a way to be present in the middle, then even reaching the top will feel hollow, because you will immediately start looking for the next mountain to climb. Lightness comes when you slow down enough to notice where you are, not just where you are going. When you allow yourself to find pleasure in the doing, not just the completing. When you stop treating every moment as a stepping stone and start treating some moments as destinations in their own right. This does not mean you abandon your ambition. Your ambition is one of your greatest gifts, and it will always be part of who you are. But ambition without presence is just a treadmill, and you deserve more than that. You deserve to feel the warmth of the sun on your face as you climb. You deserve to notice the view from halfway up. You deserve to enjoy the work, not just endure it. And when you let yourself do that, something magical happens. The results do not suffer. They actually improve. Because a Capricorn who is present, who is engaged, who is enjoying the process, is a Capricorn who brings their full creative energy to everything they touch. And that energy is unstoppable. Direction 5. The fifth direction is choosing relationships that fill you instead of drain you. Over the course of your life, Capricorn, you have maintained relationships out of obligation, out of duty, out of a misplaced sense of loyalty that kept you connected to people who had no interest in your well-being. You stayed in friendships that felt like work. You maintained family connections that left you exhausted. You invested in people who never once asked how you were doing, who took your reliability for granted, who treated your presence like a utility rather than a gift. And you did it because you believe that is what responsible people do. They show up. They endure. They do not abandon. But here is what you have started to learn, perhaps only recently, perhaps only after one too many nights spent feeling empty after a conversation that should have filled you. You have the right to choose. You have the right to surround yourself with people who notice you, people who ask questions and actually listen to the answers, people who celebrate your wins without jealousy and hold your hand through your losses without judgment, people who give as much as they take, people who make you feel lighter simply by being in the room. That is not a luxury, Capricorn. That is a necessity. And the sooner you stop feeling guilty about pruning your social circle, the sooner your life begins to feel like it actually belongs to you. Lightness does not come from having more people around you. It comes from having the right people around you. The ones who see you clearly, who appreciate you deeply, and who would never dream of treating your presence as anything less than the extraordinary gift that it is. Choose those people. Release the rest. Your energy will thank you in ways you cannot yet imagine. Direction 6. The sixth direction is redefining what success looks like at this stage of your life. When you were younger, success had a very specific shape. It looked like titles, promotions, financial milestones, possessions that proved you had made it. And there is nothing wrong with having pursued those things. They gave you structure. They gave you purpose. They gave you a reason to push through the difficult seasons. But if you are still measuring your worth by the same yardstick you used in your 30s or 40s, you are holding yourself to a standard that no longer fits. Success at this stage of life is quieter. It is waking up without dread. It is having a body that moves without pain. It is having a mind that is sharp enough to enjoy a good book, a meaningful conversation, a complex puzzle. It is having relationships that are honest and true. It is having peace, real peace, the kind that does not depend on external circumstances. It is knowing who you are and being comfortable with that person, even the imperfect parts. When you allow your definition of success to evolve with you, something beautiful happens. You realize that you have already succeeded in ways you never gave yourself credit for. You have built a life. You have survived things that would have broken lesser people. You have loved deeply, worked tirelessly, and maintained your integrity through seasons that tested every fiber of your being. That is success, Capricorn. And the moment you recognize it, the weight of chasing something you already have falls away, and in its place there is lightness. Pure, earned, undeniable lightness. Some people watch. Others transform. If you want to be in the second group, the 21-day guide in the pinned comment gives you a clear step-by-step process aligned with your sign. This isn't about waiting. It's about moving. Direction 7. The seventh direction is making space for things that have no measurable purpose. This is perhaps the most counterintuitive suggestion for a Capricorn, because your entire operating system is built around efficiency. Every action should produce a result. Every hour should be accounted for. Every investment of time should yield a return. And while that approach has served you well in many areas of life, it has also quietly stolen something precious from you. The ability to simply be. To do something for no reason other than the fact that it brings you joy. To spend an afternoon on a hobby that will never produce income. To take a long walk with no destination. To sit in a garden and watch the light change without feeling like you should be doing something more productive. These purposeless moments are not a waste. They are oxygen for your soul. They are the spaces where creativity lives, where clarity emerges, where the parts of you that have been compressed by decades of responsibility finally get to expand. Capricorn needs these moments more than most, precisely because you are so reluctant to take them. You have been wired to believe that rest must be earned and leisure must be justified. But what if you just did something beautiful? What if you picked up a paintbrush with no intention of becoming a painter? What if you learned a song with no intention of performing it? What if you cooked an elaborate meal just because the process delighted you? These purposeless pursuits are not frivolous. They are medicine. And the lightness they bring is not temporary. It seeps into everything else you do, making your work better, your relationships warmer, your sleep deeper, and your days richer. Give yourself permission to be unproductive sometimes, Capricorn. The results will not suffer, but your spirit will soar. Direction 8. The eighth and final direction is learning to laugh at yourself more often. Capricorn takes everything seriously. Everything. Your work, your reputation, your responsibilities, your appearance, your legacy, your impact, your relationships, your health, your finances, your future. And while that seriousness has been one of your greatest assets, it has also been one of your heaviest burdens. Because when everything matters equally, nothing ever gets to be light. Every mistake becomes a catastrophe. Every misstep becomes a reason for self-flagellation. Every imperfection becomes evidence that you are not trying hard enough. But here is a truth that the wisest version of you already knows. You are going to mess things up. You are going to say the wrong thing at the wrong time. You are going to trip, stumble, forget something important, and make decisions that look foolish in hindsight. And that is not a failure of character. That is the price of being alive. The question is not whether you will make mistakes. The question is whether you will let those mistakes crush you, or whether you will learn to shake your head, smile, and keep moving. Laughter is not a sign of weakness, Capricorn. It is a sign of perspective. It is the ability to zoom out, see the bigger picture, and recognize that one bad day does not define a lifetime of excellence. It is the capacity to find humor in your own humanity, to be gentle with yourself when things go sideways, and to remember that the people who love you do not love you because you are perfect. They love you because you are real. So laugh more. Laugh at the absurdity of life. Laugh at the plans that fell apart in spectacular fashion. Laugh at the moments when your seriousness was so intense that it became comical. That laughter will not diminish your strength. It will amplify it. Because a Capricorn who can laugh at themselves is a Capricorn who has found the rarest and most beautiful kind of freedom. The freedom to be imperfect and to be perfectly fine with it. That is lightness, Capricorn. And it has been waiting for you all along. You have two options after this video. Close it and hope things shift, or decide that the next 21 days will be different. If you choose the second, the structured 21-day transformation aligned with your sign is waiting in the pinned comment. The energy is already moving, the only question is whether you are.